guys, so today's video isn't actually the one that I was going to film today, but with the way that Myla is at the moment, she obviously needs to be monitored kind of 24/7. So because of that, obviously I didn't really want to spend the time filming the video that I was actually going to do, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been waiting to unbox these for a few days now, so I decided that today was the day. So just briefly, anyone that doesn't follow me on social media, basically my cat Myla last Friday, she had an accident where she fell from quite a bit of a height, and I'm not quite sure how she landed, but she must have landed really funny. Basically she fractured her leg and it meant that she had to have surgery on it on Saturday. So she's doing okay now. Obviously it's been a week, or just over a week since it happened and since that surgery. So she had the accident on the Friday, she had the surgery on the Saturday, and then I got to bring her home on the Sunday. So she's been home for a week now. She is a lot better in herself. Very much so, because she's now getting very irritated about the fact that she is stuck in the cage. So basically what they've said is she has to have 6 weeks crate rest, then she goes back for another x-ray just to make sure that everything has healed properly. She had to have a plate and some screws put in, so obviously the x-rays just to make sure that they are still where they should be. After that she should then be on 4 weeks single room rest, so that's basically where she's allowed to be in a single room of the house. She is therefore allowed to jump on and off furniture, so basically the point of it is to get her confident walking on it, jumping on furniture on and off, but obviously not too great access so that she can run around and be like really bouncy and adventurous. So 4 weeks of that, and then absolutely should be okay long term after that. So it is a long recovery process. It is a good job that I have pet insurance, because otherwise I would be bankrupt and I certainly wouldn't be doing the video that I'm about to do. But yeah, she is doing much better. I am a little bit more comfortable leaving her for like a couple of minutes, like 5-10 minutes now. It is obviously still having to be checked, making sure that she's not licking the wound, and because that's really what's happening at the minute. Obviously where it's healing, she's doing a lot of licking, so I've really got to make sure that she's not doing that, because I am trying to keep the collar off as much as possible, obviously because it's not very comfortable for her. She can't lay down and be comfortable, she can't eat, she can't drink, it's really hard for her to use the litter tray. So where I can, I do try and make sure that she doesn't have to have that collar on. So obviously that means that she does have to have the constant monitoring just to make sure that she isn't licking or biting or whatever at her foot. But as I say, I am a little bit more comfortable now at leaving her for 5-10 minutes, so that is why I am doing a slightly different video to what I planned. So basically you will see that I am in my very tiny kitchen. One thing that I can't wait for is when I can actually buy my own place and have a proper size kitchen, because in this kitchen literally this is about as much as I have. Is what you can see. There's a cupboard up here as well, but that's literally it. Obviously my fridge is behind me, that's literally it. That's how big my kitchen is, because over here is where the boiler is, and I've got some shelves and stuff which has got stuff on, but that's it. So basically as soon as you put anything down on the side it looks messy and I hate it. But yes, so I'm in the kitchen today because last week I actually purchased some items from Currys which arrived, I think some arrived on Sunday, and then the last one arrived sometime in the middle of the week. So I was really excited when I ordered them, but then obviously everything that was going on with Myla, they kind of arrived, especially the ones that arrived on Saturday, they kind of arrived and I was just in no fit state to be happy about them, excited about them, anywhere near to opening them. So they've kind of been sat there, and Chris has kind of been like, you're not going to open them? Like, you're really excited about them. I was like, yeah, but I'm just like obviously so focused on Myla that obviously I've just not really had any interest in them. But that has been starting to come back over the weekend. So today was the day to finally open them, because I am actually got my excitement back for them. So basically, I'll show you here. So basically, this toaster here, I actually bought for like my 3rd year uni house, but I never actually got round to using it. So it kind of sat there unused under my bed, and it obviously didn't get used, and then I used it when I moved into my own place. So I've had that now for, well, I've had it a lot longer than I've been using it, but I've obviously been using it for about 3 years now. And then I actually bought the kettle, you can see here. I actually bought the kettle here to go with it. So they were mismatched when I bought them. Obviously for uni, I just bought what was cheap, so they didn't actually match. So when I actually started using them in my house, I did go back and get the matching kettle. It wasn't the colour that I wanted, but obviously I already had the toaster, so it was one of those where I already had the toaster. It was just a case of cheapness, get the matching kettle, and then at least I've got the matching set. However, I was actually looking the other day, and I mean, I've been looking for a while, but I like the cost of a toaster and a kettle, especially good ones. I'm just like, really? So I was kind of really dead against buying it, because obviously they do work, and I just think if they work, why should I replace them? Obviously they do a good job. I'm just doing it for like obviously appearance purposes. But then I saw something which had a matching toaster and kettle to go with it, and then I was like, right, this is my excuse. This is the time that I buy them all, and I actually have the colour scheme in this kitchen that I want to as much as possible. Obviously I can't do anything, I am obviously in a rented house, so I can't obviously do anything with the kitchen cabinets or the worktops, so I kind of have to work with what I can bring to the kitchen. So obviously my accessories, my appliances and everything like that. So when I saw these, and you will see when I open them up, you will see just how much of a me colour scheme this really is. So let's get them open. So let me just pick them up here. So this is what we are unboxing today. So it does look like loads, but it is only 3 items. So let's get the first one open. I'm actually so excited about these. I have been looking, like I say, I've been looking to replace these for absolutely ages, and I just haven't got that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take them all out of the packaging first, and then I can show you them all together. So a lot of you who are watching this and know me are going to question why I have ordered the one that I am opening now, but I will explain. Okay, so you can kind of already see from the side of the box what this one is, but I will just turn you around here, and you can see here that I've obviously got the coffee machine, the toaster and the kettle. So obviously toaster and the kettle is obviously what I've already got and wanted to replace, and then I looked at the price of it and thought, no, that's just spending money for the sake of spending it. However, then I saw this, which obviously matches with the toaster and kettle, and I was like, right, that's it, I'm getting them. So like I said, those of you that are watching who know me know that I don't drink coffee, so you might find that this coffee machine is a bit of a weird purchase for me. But basically, I have been starting to drink mochas, albeit the smallest bit of coffee with quite a large amount of chocolate at this point. I am slowly reducing the amount of chocolate that I'm having, so it is more of the same ratio. But obviously what I'm hoping is that obviously I can use this to make my mochas. So obviously I'll have like the one shot coffee, I'll already have the chocolate in the bottom of the cup, and then obviously it's got the milk. So at the minute what I do, which is a real pain in the arse, is basically that I obviously put the coffee and the chocolate in the bottom of the cup, and then I pour some milk in, stir that around to make sure that there's no lumps of coffee or chocolate, and then I pour the hot water in, which means it's only about like 5-10 minutes before it's kind of at a point where you need to drink it, because otherwise it'll be too cold. Now, when I first started doing them, I did warm the milk up on the hob and do it that way, but it's just a pain in the backside, especially obviously when I'm at work, because that's like hot chocolates is fine because I tend to have them in an evening, but the mochas I tend to have while I'm at work. So trying to do all that with obviously the milk and whatever else, it's just a faff. Obviously I literally just want a drink that I can make that's going to take me 2 minutes and then go. So that's the plan with this, is that because it's got the milk steamer on the side built in, the hope is that obviously I can make my mochas in this and it will be a lot quicker. And then obviously when I do actually get used to the taste of coffee, hopefully I won't actually need the chocolate to go with it. And then obviously I'll already have a coffee machine that I can use. It's not a coffee machine that uses pods, so obviously it does just use the coffee granules. So obviously it means that it is quite eco-friendly as well, because you're not having those pods in every time you want some coffee, which are then thrown away, which pollute the environment. So I have tried, it was my colours. If it hadn't been in these colours, I probably wouldn't have bothered, but that was what really clenched it for me. So I am probably going to do this one last, because I'm not quite sure where in the kitchen I'm going to put that yet. I think it's going to go behind where the kettle sits, but we'll figure that out when I take it out. So let's actually take these out the boxes. So here you can see the toaster. So it's got the grey with the rose gold buttons and levers, and then the same with the kettle. It's the grey diamond textured pattern with obviously the rose gold handle and the rose gold switch. So yes, let's get opening. You know what, it's so nice being able to film in natural light finally. I've had to use my ring lights for so long because obviously I'm filming either after work or whatever, and it's just so nice to be able to film in some natural light for a change. I'm so glad to see the start of spring arriving and the longer days. Right, so let's take all the packaging off. So here we go. You can obviously see a lot better than on the picture. Obviously that diamond texture in the grey, and then obviously the rose gold buttons and levers. So we are going to make sure that all the packaging is off of this. Make sure there's no plastic in the trays. So there we can see just sat nicely there. I am blocking the light a little bit because it is starting to fade, but I just think it fits so much better in my kitchen, and like I say, such a big colour. Right, so we'll open the kettle next. Ow! Be careful when opening boxes, people, because they'd like to give paper cuts. Look how pretty it is. So basically what my plan is with my current ones is that I'm going to give them a good scrub and clean, and then, I don't know, put them on the local page or find someone who, like a homeless shelter or something, that needs items like these, and donate them. Obviously these are items that everyone needs, and not everybody has access to, so the plan is to obviously actually give them to someone who needs them rather than just throwing them away, because that would be such a waste. So I think the only issue I am going to have with putting the coffee machine in this corner is that I only have 2 sockets over here, which means that I'm not sure whether it's actually going to fit. If the cord is the right length, then it will do. If not, we're going to have to find somewhere else for it to live. So let's see. I do wonder whether all this plastic is really necessary. I know obviously it is protecting it, but then you think about how you have to dispose of it and then it just becomes a questionable item. So the good thing about this coffee machine as well is that obviously you have the milk container at the side, but it does actually detach. So obviously when you've finished using it for the day, or obviously if you only have 1 coffee a day, as soon as you've finished making it, then you can obviously take the milk out and store it back in the fridge so it doesn't go off. So I thought that was really good because it means that you don't have to try and empty the container out and obviously put it in every day. So I thought that was really good with it. So if I just lift it up here, it is slightly smaller than I thought it was going to be, but look how beautiful it is. So again, obviously it's got the grey and then it's got the rose gold buttons. So you can see here, obviously the coffee grinder, not the coffee grinder, words. The coffee pod where the coffee goes in. I just need to take all the tape off of here because it's got so much tape, obviously to stop it moving around. Don't you hate it when they put sticky tape on to stop things moving around and then it leaves sticky residue on the side of your machine? So I'm going to have to give this a little bit of a scrub, I think. I think I've now actually managed to get all the tape off. As you can tell by the big bang that you just heard. Right, so this is obviously where your water goes in, and then this is where your milk goes in. So like I say, it detaches, so you can take that and you can obviously put it in the fridge every night to make sure that your milk is still nice and fresh. And you can see here, depending on how milky you want it and how frothy you want it, you can change obviously over to the cappuccino style, or you can move it back so it's more like the latte style. So that was another thing that I really liked, because you can tailor it to how much milk that you actually want. And then that just slides straight back in here. So we are about to find out if I can put it where I actually want it to go. And I'm not sure it's going to be long enough. So we might have to have a little move around in this corner. So you can see here that this is where it is. I did want it to go in this back corner here because I have all my cooking books behind the kettle here. And then I have obviously my tea, coffee and sugar pots here. Obviously the wire isn't that long, so I don't think it's going to fit. So I'm going to go away and try and find a way around that where it is going to fit in, and I will check back in with you when I've done. Okay, so here we are. It didn't quite fit where I wanted it to. Obviously I did want this here rather than here, but with it being a little bit smaller than I actually thought it was going to be, it's actually ideal, because all I had to do was just move these across a little bit. I'll probably move this over to the other side of the cooker, to be honest, just so this is all the tea and coffee. And to be quite honest, the way that it fits, because it fit between here and my cookbooks really nicely, and then obviously the kettle goes here, it's actually really good because it kind of hides that in the corner. So it does look really nice. And then obviously over here we have the toaster, obviously with my blender next to it, which doesn't quite fit in apart from the grey obviously. But yeah, so I am really happy with those. Obviously you can see here, like, I've got the copper here. At some point I am going to be getting the copper ones of these. Again, these were stuff I got for my first house. It was just what I found at the cheapest price. So that is what it was for. And then obviously I have the black and silver microwave, so it fits in really well. Obviously you can see here grey again, so it just fits in really well with my colour scheme in my kitchen. And to be quite honest, obviously I can't change that, but this is obviously what came, and it actually looks really nice with that. So I am really happy. So yes, that is a successful purchase. So I am going to go and read the book and just make sure that I know actually how to use this before I use it, and then I think I'm gonna try making a mocha. So we'll see how well it goes. I will let you know. So, note to self, definitely make sure that the coffee pod is locked in correctly. I thought it was when I started it. Definitely turned out, as you saw, that it wasn't. So we had a little bit of a minor accident, but nothing that some kitchen roll and a good clean won't solve. But obviously here we are. It is quite foamy. I kind of went between the latte and the cappuccino, so we will give this a taste and see how it is. But yes, I am very impressed. I definitely need to just have a little bit more reading of the book just to make sure that I definitely know how to use it properly. But yes, I am so impressed, and I am glad that I actually did do the upgrade on obviously my kitchen appliances, because it definitely makes this space look a lot better, especially with the limited amount that I can actually change in here. So I'm going to go and enjoy my mocha, and I am due to be doing an escape room virtually with my parents, so I'm going off to do that now. So I will see you all next week. Bye!